Hello and welcome back to my channel Inspired with Anushka. Guys, how are you? Hope you all are fine. Guys, today we have to start a new topic, that is animal tissue. We have already discussed about the tissue when we have started the plant tissue in the previous videos. You can find that. So let's start the animal tissue. We will have a basic introduction with the animal tissue in this today's video. So the grouping of the cells is known as tissues, and the study of tissue is known as what? Histology. So this branch was established by the Italian scientist Marcelo Malpighee. That is what? Animal tissue. Okay. So guys, we have discussed that what is tissue. We have already discussed in the previous section that why plant tissues and animal tissues have a different type of grouping of cells, and what kind of work they perform, and for what basis they have the differences in the types and parts of tissues which they have. So today we will discuss about the types of tissues in the animals. So in the almost higher animals, there are many different type of tissues. The first one is the epithelial tissue, then second one is the connective tissue, then after muscular tissue, and after that nervous tissue. The epithelial tissue is divided into the squamous, cuboidal, columnar and ciliated tissue. As the epithelium tissue has only the function to provide a layer, or it is present on the external or internal layers of opening layers of the body parts. Okay. And the second one is the connective tissue, which is divided into the proper connective tissue, skeletal connective tissue and fluid connective tissue, or the fluid or vascular connective tissue, in which the proper connective tissue is again divided into the areolar tissues, adipose tissues, white fibrous tissues and yellow elastic tissues, and the last one is the reticular tissue. This is all about the division of the connective tissues, that is of type proper. Okay. The second one is the skeletal or the supportive connective tissue, which is bone and cartilage. We all know about that. And the third connective tissue is the fluid and vascular, in which the blood and limbs come. Okay. So we know that blood is a connective tissue and limbs are also the connective tissue. That these are the fluid connective tissues. The third type of tissue is the muscular tissue, which is described or divided as the strained or the voluntary muscular tissue, the non-strained or the non-voluntary muscular tissue, the cardiac muscular tissue. Okay. And the last one is the nervous tissue, in which we have to study about the neurons. So guys, this is all about the different type of tissues present in the animal. We have to discuss about all these things in the, I think we have to carry on the epithelial tissue in today's video, and in the next one we will discuss about the connective tissue. After that we have a video on the muscular tissue and nervous tissue also. So guys, without doing any delay, let's start the topic epithelial tissue. So epithelial tissue forms the outer protective covering of all our body parts, as we have said, and lines the inside and all the cavities, such as those of the mouth, throat, stomach, intestine, windpipe and lungs. So the epithelial cells lies close together with a little or no intercellular substance or space or any matrix between them. There are no blood and lymph supply. Nerve supplies is present in the epithelial cells, and epithelial cells are attached to the underlying tissues or the basement membrane, which is made up of a network of white or non-elastic collagen fibers. So epithelium may be one cell thick, that is single layered, it means simple epithelium, or it may be have the several cell thick and is many layered, composed, or the stratified epithelium. So we have, let's have a look over the function of the epithelium cells. Epithelium cells perform the function of protection. So most epithelium protect the underlying tissues inside the mechanical injury, such as the abrasion. And the second one is the some of the epithelium protects against water loss and dehydration and against the infection by the microorganism. The second function which is performed, it is of role in the physiological processes. So some epithelials are involved in the physiological processes, such as the respiratory gaseous exchange, elimination of the waste product, and some cells become glandular in the nature to perform the secretory function. And the third function which the epithelial cells or tissues perform is the function of sensory role. It also performs the sensory role in the animal body. The last function of the epithelium tissues are the transportation of the material. So ciliated epithelium perform the transportation work also. So we will have a look over the types of epithelium tissues. There are many types of epithelium tissue. There may be squamous, columnar, cuboidal, ciliated, glandular, sensory, or the stratified cells. But on the basis of cell shape they are discussed, or on the basis of arrangement of the layers they have been described, and on the basis of functions they perform, they are distinguished. So we will have a look over some of the important type. Let's start from the sum of the basis. On the basis of arrangement of the layers, they are divided into the simple epithelium and stratified compound epithelium, in which the simple epithelium tissues is made up of the single layer of the cell, and the stratified or the compound epithelium tissue consists of the more than one layer of the cell. Okay guys, so on the basis of cell shape they are divided into the squamous epithelium. Cells are thin and flattened, occurs in the renal capsule of the kidney, alveoli, lungs, and blood capillaries wall. The second one is the cuboidal epithelium, that is the cell are of the cube shaped and possesses a certain spherical nuclei from lining of many ducts and the line of the proximal and the distal convoluted tubules and collecting ducts to the kidney. The next one is the columnar epithelium. These cells are tall and quite narrow, and nucleus is situated in the base of the end, so it is present in the lining of stomach. The ciliated epithelium cells bears the numerous cilia on their free surface. They are always associated with the mucus secreting globule cells. It lines the inside of the oviduct, ventricles of the brains, and spinal crepes and the respiratory passages. So the next one is the pseudo stratified epithelium. It is secreting in a secretion. It appears to be in the layers, but in the duct to the different layers of cells, and is found lining the urinary tract and the respiratory passages. Now the next one is the stratified epithelium. This tissue is made up of the number of layers of cells, so it is formed a tough impervious layer. They are abundant on the external skin surface lining the buccal oral cavities, okay, and the cavities of vagina also. So we have today discussed about the epithelial tissue, the different type of epithelial tissue, in which we have to discuss mainly we have to learn that the main type of epithelium tissues are only four, that is squamous epithelial, cuboidal epithelial, columnar epithelium, and ciliated epithelium. But we have discussed and we have divided it on the basis of having the arrangement of layers, on the basis of having the cell shape and function. So guys, this is all about the today's topic. Hope you all have enjoyed this video. If you like this video, then please press the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much for giving love and concern to me. Guys, please be with me in the next video. Keep watching my